up, Marusha? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the KJD Show. I am your host, KJD. Alright, it's election year right now. We've got Obama against Romney.
Thank you, Obama!
So tonight we're going to have a political debate. From the Progressive Party, we have Blake Roberts, and from the Libertarian Party, we have Barrett Roberts. In case you haven't noticed, they both happen to be brothers, biologically, by the way.
Thank you, Romney!
So to start off, Blake, tell us a little bit about the progressive background.
Well, the idea of the Progressive Party is that
Blake, shut the fuck up.
as a society, we should pursue policies that progress everyone as a whole. Now, the problem with the libertarians is they leave people to fend for themselves, when the natural state is that those who have to fend for themselves, they're naturally be those who fall to the bottom. We are not animals. We are a civilized society in which people need to help each other and progress as a whole.
Okay, so Barrett, can you tell us a little bit about the Libertarian Party?
Well, I believe there's many sects of the Libertarian Party. People have very many different beliefs, but my whole view on life and government is that nobody should build their own life on the back of another member of society. Therefore, and the more you get government involved in this fact, the more you lower the standard of life for the entire civilization rather than give people a reason to achieve.
Okay, so
May I interject a point here?
I was about to invite you to do so.
All right. Now, we all agree that murder or rape or stealing is a natural part of society. It's a natural function of people existing. But government exists, civil society exists to prevent those natural evils from happening. The market is a natural force that needs to be contained and controlled within a certain avenue of progressivism.
Now, would you like to counter anything on that?
Well, I believe that there's never been a pure form of capitalism established. Therefore, there's always been corruption by government within capitalism that has ruined the pure flow of it. For instance, perfect example we've had recently with the collapses of the big banks and GM, where these businesses would have gone out of business because they were not good businesses. But through cronyism and stuff, the government was able to save them with our tax dollars, and that's how bad businesses that do bad things and make bad products survive.
Okay, so my next question. I know it's going to sound like I'm going off topic, but it actually is part of the topic. So, Barrett, since I asked him the last question first, I'm going to ask you this question first. If every team in the NFL went 8-8, do you think the ratings would stay the same, or would they drop?
They would drop. I believe that mediocrity lends itself to a poorer existence. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, but now there is something to be said that the way the NFL is set up with a salary cap and where the worst team gets the first draft pick to help the worst teams come up.
In other words, what you're saying is you do believe that if somebody's trying, there should be
I believe that if somebody's trying, there should be help for them, but only to a certain extent.
Amen.
Now, Blake, now I'm going to ask you the same question from a progressive point of view. You know, I want you to relate this to politics and to the market system.
Now, I'm not too familiar with sports, but I think there is a fundamental misunderstanding of equality of opportunity and equality of results. What progressives believe in is the equality of opportunity. Everybody should have their equal stake and equal opportunity in things, whether they are the son of a millionaire, whether they're the son of a inner city project. Now, the way our current system is set up is that the people, the sons of the millionaire, the children of the rich, are set up in a position to take disproportionate advantage of the system that is in place. And the inner city poor are set up to fail in the current system, and at the same time, this is a reality, and we use that reality to justify further discrimination against the poor and further encouragement of the rich as some kind of deified job creator. However, I think that is a gross misunderstanding of the situation.
There's no timeouts.
Now, would there like to be any sort of rebuttal on either opponent's answer?
Well, all I would say to that is that we've worked since the New Deal to make there be more and more opportunities for those that were poor, and it still hasn't changed anything. So my basic statement to that would be that whether it's more difficult to take advantage of something, if you're poor, you can still do it in this country, and that's quickly going away the more that the government gets involved. Because more people that were dirt poor became millionaires in 1900 than are today. And there are far more progressive policies in place today that are supposed to help them, but all they really do is keep them on a vote form.
All right, now, Blake, I'd like to give you an opportunity.
I would like to counter by saying that up until the late 1990s and early 2000s, the tax rates were much higher than they are now on the upper classes of society. The highest marginal tax rate during these times he spoke about, the early 1900s, reached into 90% for the upper tax brackets. This had no short. America emerged as the world's greatest power in a time where the richest of society were taxed at 40, 50, 60, 70%, depending on their income level. That is a completely invalid point that taxation and progressive policies have a negative effect on growth and the growth of everybody else.
Can I interject?
Yes.
First, I said nothing about taxes because I don't necessarily, I didn't tie the relevancy of taxation to progressive policies. But to argue your statement, do you really think there was a IRS that was powerful enough to tax the Rockefellers at 90%? I mean, honestly, they didn't have the ability to know what those dudes were making. So that's an invalid point. It don't matter. I can make the tax rate 100%, but if nobody's there to enforce it, then it's 0%.
So are you? I'm not sure I understand your argument. Are you arguing that anarchy is a good thing? That it's okay? That
no, but you're saying that America. No, you argued that America was built when the tax rate was high, and I'm arguing that maybe the stated tax rate was high, but what they were actually paying was nothing. Rockefellers paid nothing in tax. Nothing.
There's no data to support that. So
there's no data to support what you say. You just say it's 90%. Yeah, maybe it is, but they didn't get. There was no such thing. There was a 90% income tax, but they did not pay it.
Okay, but what evidence do we have? There was a higher income tax rate. America succeeded, overcoming Great Britain as the world's greatest power. Now, I can't provide to you individual income tax of the Rockefellers or Rothschilds, but I can tell you that when our tax rate was higher, we succeeded. It has no correlation. Success does not correlate with that.
Let me ask you this. If you made $1 million and the government was like, all right, give me 900,000 of it, or just lie to us and not give us 900,000 of it, you think you gave them $900,000?
I don't see what we're arguing here now.
That they didn't pay it.
Winner.
What we're arguing now is whether the Rockefellers were tax evaders or not. We're not arguing whether progressive policy failed.
I'm arguing the fact that they did not pay taxes, therefore they were able to put their money back in the